Okay, y'all, I just finished watching The Real Housewives of Miami Reunion Part 1, and let's talk about it. So they are filming in New York, and I like the fact that Adriana brings out her dog for emotional support, but the producer said no. So Bosky, I had to go big. She needed that baby for emotional support. You know she loves her dog. 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 Okay. Alexia says she doesn't have a relationship with Todd anymore, and they do not talk at all. Do y'all think that's a coincidence, or do y'all think he waited until after filming was done to cease all communication, kind of like what that other Todd is doing on that other show? You know, because image is everything to a lot of these men, all right, especially these fucking narcissists. But that's a different story. That's a different story, all right? When Marisol said Todd never supported her doing the reunion and picked fights with her leading up, so she would be like in a negative headspace and all that, that was really sad. You know what I'm saying? And that also shows what type of person that Todd was. Like, that's kind of messed up, bro. Alexia finally admit that it was a narcissist party for Todd, though, so at least that is a step, but we'll see, because ain't no telling what's going on with Sis and Todd next season. When Andy asked about the lack of sympathy when it came to Gertie and the water, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was very, very heated. I was already on pins and needles. I didn't like how they handled it then. I didn't like the way they handled it now on the reunion. I didn't expect anything less from Andy. And Gertie was right. That was not an apology. An apology is I apologize. I'm sorry for. That's an apology when you actually use those words. Not saying, oh, we could have done that better. That's not an apology. That's not an apology. So, and how did you hear an apology in that? No. No, absolutely not. That will not do. That will not do. And you mean to tell me only 2 people had something to say on that couch and not everybody else that's on the cast? Kiki, you was very quiet. You ain't say nothing. I feel like it wasn't shocked. People do things out of reflex. If someone had thrown something at like your loved one, your husband, your kid, you cannot tell me your instincts or your reflex wouldn't have been to defend. I've actually been in a situation like that, where I had mutual friends literally arguing across from me. One was, I was sitting down with one friend. I was sitting down with one friend. One friend came over and she was talking to me, but she was talking about my friend like my friend wasn't there. So, okay. So when my friend did and put her hand down, I was like, oh my God, oh please, we in this public place. I don't want them to see us acting, like ethnicity up in here. I don't want to be acting ethnicity up in here. Can we not? And I'm trying to I promise y'all, I'm trying my best to de-escalate. So when my friend was like, can you please go, or it's about to be bad, like I'm gonna do something. So my friend was like, well then do something. Y'all, when my friend jumped up, I jumped up just like out of reflex, just like boo boo. I didn't even plan on doing it, okay? I didn't even realize that was the reason why I got up until they rolled the cameras back. We're gonna get into why they rolled the cameras back later. Maybe not. That's my business. Anyways, I didn't know that I actually did that out of reflex. That's how it happened. Because I was like, ooh. Because this is about to go wrong real quick. And we ain't going to do this. We ain't going to do this. No. No. And nothing was done. I'm not saying that the issue was resolved, but nothing was done. Everybody went to their respective places. We left. She left. Okay? That's how it would really go down if somebody was to do that. Because let me tell you something. Let somebody throw something on me or somebody in my family, somebody I love, or somebody, baby, what? I might be more offended than the person. I'm just saying. Actions, you would have done more. You would have done more. And y'all are trying to compare, oh, well, this happened this year. This happened that year. She threw a glass at you. That was like on the side or something like that. She did that. She didn't do this. That's two different things. And we talking ice. Baby, nobody else was drenched. Nobody was drenched. I was trying to compare apples to oranges, which was further pissing me off. It was pissing me off. Karen apologized for the 10th time. Do we accept? Hell no. I don't accept because the shit wasn't sincere. We know a real apology and a bullshit apology. That was a bullshit apology, Karen. You need to go. I don't like you, but you still need to go. Also, the difference is when something was thrown last year, it wasn't to this magnitude than how it was this year. And y'all know it, which is why y'all didn't bring it up. Y'all bringing it up now because every last one of y'all got drugged online, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Andy asked Stephanie about why she flaunts her wealth, and she compares it to players with the Super Bowl ring. Girl, that's bullshit because everybody know money is quiet. I'm sorry, money is loud, wealth whispers. Everybody know that. So you know they're rich, baby. Let me tell you something about you and me, baby. I can have your money. I can have your money, Stephanie, and nobody would know I have your money, Stephanie. Nobody. I wouldn't flaunt it, Stephanie. I damn sure wouldn't say how much nothing costs. I think that's tacky anyway. I cut off price tags. I think that's so tacky. No, ma'am. No. So, I'm sorry. It ain't the same. And I ain't gonna lie. Them damn Super Bowl rings be looking like a class ring to me. I know. I literally had one on my finger. I got some little bitty ass hands. That's another story for another day on why I had a Super Bowl player's ring on my fingers. Maybe we'll talk about that later. It was nothing like that. It was nothing like that. I promise it was on a professional setting. I thought it was a class ring. No, it was a Super Bowl ring. I was like, damn, it look heavy as hell. Can I hold it? Let me feel it. Okay. And that's all it was. 5 seconds. Met his wife, mama, all them. It was nothing like that. I promise you, it was nothing like that. I just, okay. That's all I'm saying. Andy asks Lisa, does AC stands for Andy Cohen? I thought that was a little corny. That means y'all are reading what everybody, of course, is saying online about Jody and the AC. Lisa says that therapy has made her better and create better habits, and I love that. Therapy is amazing. Y'all know I encourage therapy heavily on this channel. Therapy is like so awesome. Karen says Adriana was never considered to be the godmama, even though she wrote character letters in support of them adopting the kids, and I thought that was just rude. Rude. So you think highly enough of me to write character and witness statements for you, but I'm not even considered or in the running. God forbid if something happens to you and I'm right up the street, maybe 20 minutes, 30 tops. But you ask this couple across the world that would literally have to take, what, a 18-hour flight to come on over and see about your cheering? Just, that would literally hurt me to my heart. Then Bravo recaps a little bit of Adriana and Karen's friendship. Child, then Karen said that her and Adriana slept together. Do we believe it? Because I kind of believe it because Karen's a hoe. I don't think she would have a reason to lie about it. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of believe Karen. I kind of believe Karen, y'all. Do y'all believe Karen? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.